Over here, I have the most expensive Tesla that money can buy. It costs nearly $90,000. And on this side, I have the refreshed Model Y, and it costs exactly half as much, but offers so much more. Now, Tesla's recently confirmed that the Model X and the S are getting a major refresh with some high-end luxury features. Today, I'm gonna go over what is almost certain, what is likely, and my wish list. Now, this is our third Model X, so I can kind of claim to be an expert when it comes to the higher trims. Our family's actually either owned a Model X or an S going back to 2013. I also test and review electric cars daily on this channel, so I can tell you where Tesla is behind and areas where they're light years ahead. Also, I know a million of you guys are watching my videos every month, but not all of you are subscribed, so please make sure you click that button for more videos like this. This variation of Model X is from 2022, where it did get a refresh. It got a yoke, it got a rear screen, and some more little subtle changes. But overall, it looks basically the same as it did in 2015 when it first debuted. Now we're already starting to get some leaks of prototypes out in California with new paint color, kind of like this one, new wheels, and some new hardware. But personally, I am not sold that that is the exterior design refresh, because even little changes that we've seen in the past have some kind of heavy camouflage on them, and those ones, they're just driving around. But I think a lot of the new features on the S and X are going to be things that you can't necessarily see, like a front-facing bumper camera. Now, almost every new vehicle that comes out today has a front-facing camera, and honestly, it's really useful when you're parking it in the garage or in a tight space to be able to see what's in front of you. And a lot of people think that that's part of the suite for full self-driving, but actually it currently is not being used. Now there's chatter, it might be a redundancy feature in the future. But speaking of hardware, we can almost certainly say that the refresh will have AI 5, because currently FSD can't drive in heavy downpours like the one that we're in right now. And we also know that the Cybercab that's rolling out in Texas has AI 5, and it's a huge leap from hardware 3 and 4 that most Teslas currently have right now. Now let's get to the interior, because that's where my Model Y really shines. Inside is where I have the majority of my wish list, especially after driving so many Chinese EVs recently, but I'll get to that in a moment. We know for certain that the Model S and X will have the same ambient lighting that we see with the refreshed Model 3 and the Model Y. Right now, the Model S and X look pretty basic on the inside, more so when you think about the fact that you're paying around $100,000 for those vehicles. Now here's what I want to see on it to really make it a true Fabergé egg. My Model Y has a new heat-rejecting glass on it, which gives it improved road noise and overall better insulation. The Model X over there has one of the largest glass windows of any vehicle out there, so it only makes sense that it would also get this new heat-rejecting glass on it. Now, something else that you can't see, but the Model X will most likely get, is the new 800-volt architecture, which allows for faster charging speeds of up to 500 kilowatts. That's like 250 miles in 10 minutes. Now, the Model X does have those nice falcon wings that work like umbrellas when you're out in the rain, but Cybertruck has some cool features too. It has 48-volt architecture, which goes with its steer-by-wire, which I think the Model S and X will get. We know Tesla's already hinted that they will have it, and Cybertruck also has power share, which only makes sense to put those into the S and X as well, being that these are the higher end vehicles. Let's talk about some of the features that will likely be in the refresh, starting with the most controversial. Thanks to 3W for sponsoring today's video. So I've had 3W liners in all of my cars for years now, and I honestly think they make some of the nicest liners out there. Not only are they a custom fit design, but they're made to fit your car's design language. Remember at SEMA last year, they had a Cybertruck with liners that actually incorporated the triangular aesthetics into it. But again, they make them for over 400 different models, and we just got new ones in for our Model Y Juniper. So let's go ahead and unbox them and get them in. All right, right out of the box, they're completely odorless, they're non-toxic, and they're made with high quality TPE materials. They've won the Red Dot Award for their design, and I can already see some of the design elements from my Model Y directly in the floor mats. This is almost like the Lightbar, this little pixelated area. Reminds me of the texturized areas on the dash and the center console, or even the back of the car. And what I love about these is that they have these deep grooves on them and raised edges, and this will trap dirt, it will trap water, any spills, so that it doesn't go into the carpet of your car. Also, you can see on this side that they have little spikes on them and a locking mechanism, so they're not going to move around. So they're also precision 3D scans, so They fit just like a glove. Now this is genius. There's a little lip right here, so if you keep something under your seat, guess what? It doesn't slide around. And you can see they're really high quality materials and they're durable. They're made for all seasons. I actually like these so much that I replaced the Tesla ones with the 3W ones in our Model X, and I've kept them in, and I honestly like them more. I'll link everything you need to know down in the description below. And remember, when you use our links, you're also helping to support this channel. Let's get back to the video. These falcon wing doors. Now, honestly, these are more than just a party trick, and I know some people love them or they hate them, but I've already talked about how they make a great umbrella, and they also help when you go to put your kids into the car because you have a larger opening. And at this point, they're really part of the signature of a Model X. I don't think there's any way Tesla will get rid of them, although they might make some changes. I was out in Shanghai about a month ago, and we saw a cool car called the Hi-Fi X that had falcon wing doors and also suicide doors. So maybe Tesla will go that route and like have some fun with the engineering. We also know that Tesla likes to keep things sleek, and I think they're going to be taking some design inspiration from the refreshed Model Y and Cybertruck with that light bar. This horizontal light bar is a big trend right now when it comes to the automotive space. We're seeing it across the board on a lot of different EVs and new cars in general worldwide. We have it on Juniper, we have it on Cybertruck, so I definitely think it will be on the Model X. Now, the internet is kind of divided when it comes to the refreshed Model S because the refreshed Model 3 did not get this light bar. I personally would love to have it on all Teslas here on out. I feel like it's part of the identity, but let me know in the comments below if you think that it's going to go the route of the refreshed Model 3 when it comes to the S and maybe the Roadster, or if it's going to get this light bar and what you'd like to see. And how about massaging seats? I feel like for a vehicle at this price point, it's kind of a non-negotiable. And here's a wild one for you that I've actually seen in some vehicles under $40,000 in China, but a mini fridge. I feel like for Tesla to stay ahead of the game, they should really have a little fridge inside of their vehicles. Now here's something I'm hopeful for, a motorized trunk. We already see this with Cybertruck trunk. Whoa. And a lot of the other vehicles that are out there right now, so I'm pretty sure we will get this in the S and X. I'd also like a drain hole like we have in the refreshed Model Y and Cybertruck. You can go car camping, put some ice in here, or if you're fishing, just a nice feature to have. And the last thing that I'm hopeful for would be some range improvements. Now the competition is already over 450 miles, and I feel like the X needs to at least have 400 miles in order to stay competitive. So the S is around 400 miles, but I'd like to see some range improvements there too. And now for my wish list. So I have been driving a Model X for around 10 years, and this is actually the third iteration that I own. So I definitely have some wishes and things that I wish they would change. One, let's start at the top right here. Now, this is great and all, but this is my mirror. Look how tiny it is. Like, why not make the mirror a little bit bigger, fold down, add some nice makeup lighting there, some ambient lighting into the mirror? I've seen that in other EVs, and I feel like Tesla could do it too. Also, I would really like an open style console. This is just kind of a waste of space, and you lose the organization in here. It just becomes like a junk pile for my kids' stuff, my stuff, and being able to put my bag in here just makes so much more sense. I already talked about that fridge. This is a great spot for it. Give us a fridge, more cup holders. Who doesn't want more cup holders? We have these little ones right here, but if I'm driving around with my giant Stanley cup, it barely fits inside of here and it kind of wobbles around. I would like bigger cup holders for sure. Now these are some of the family features. I'd also like a 6-seat option that folds completely flat. Right now, if you want to have 6 seats and have those captain style seats, which a lot of parents like to have, you can't fold all the way flat, which makes it kind of hard to store things in this big space. Now, these are no-brainers when it comes to the UI in here. There should definitely be Wi-Fi. It really makes no sense that Tesla, who also has Starlink, doesn't have Wi-Fi in the vehicle. I see this with every other vehicle out there where they have Wi-Fi in the vehicle. And for being a family vehicle, it's really annoying when my kids are always trying to tether my data from my phone. So please bring Wi-Fi. And while we're talking about the UI, how about a downloadable app store? We've talked about this for years, and I feel like being able to download whatever you want really gives you the freedom. I know I would like a better weather app on here to be able to see the details of the storms coming in when I'm gonna film. It would be helpful for me and also for you guys. Now the Model S and the Model X are the only ones to have a driver interface in front of you, but something that I would like, especially because Tesla's so into full self-driving right now, would be an augmented reality HUD in front of you. So this would literally give you your directions, all the details that are in that driver interface in front of you in your line of sight. Now, I've made a whole video about this one, but I think that we need to have Grok implemented as a smart assistant into the vehicles, not just a button where you push and ask it for things, but something you can actually talk to and it will tell you, talk back to you. You can say, hey, I want to go get coffee on the way to picking up my kid from school, and it will order it for you, tell you the best coffee shop to go to, all those little things that you can have with a smart assistant. I know with Alexa, you already have that option. You have it with a lot of different things. So it just makes sense for Tesla to have it in their vehicles too. And last but not least, let's talk pricing. So the current Model X starts at $85,000 and $100,000 for the Plaid. The Model S is about $5,000 less for each variant. But given how they just introduced pricing for the Juniper Model Y, I think they're gonna do something similar with the refresh. The launch edition will be a little bit more expensive because it will have all the features included into it and have that launch package. But then overall, I think they're gonna keep pricing around the same range, $85,000 to $100,000. But let me know what you guys think about all this. Do you think that pricing is gonna stay the same, or do you think they're gonna increase it or even decrease it? So there you have it. I think if Tesla can even bring 3 or 4 of the features that we see with the Juniper and the Cybertruck into the Model S and X, it will give it the much needed love and maybe more sales that it needs to have in order to move forward. But let me know what you guys think and make sure that you are subscribed. I have so much good stuff coming up soon, and I'll see you next time. Over here, I have the most expensive, can't talk. We also know that Tesla likes to keep, that's like 250 miles in 10 minutes. Now, if we're looking at other vehicles that Tesla makes, let's talk about the Cybertruck because it has the 48-volt system. The rain won't let me talk. Now, here's something.
Sorry, I was like trying to zoom in and reveal more. Should I?
No, you're back further away. Like it looks like.
Should I do this?
No, just be there. Maybe be on top of the trunk.
Oh yeah.